Stay tuned because you know Reec is going to have one of your favorite stars with him today.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's Friday for Friday, Famous Friday. And, of course, we got a very special guest. We're not going to lie to y'all by playing that sounder right there. You know it's big business when it comes down to Friday right here on Reec Radio. Of course, we broadcast live from Media Campus West, a little bit west of the ATL, man, Atlanta. You know what it is. Your boy Reec is locked in with you. And without further ado, let me bring this man to the table, the original, you know what I'm saying, a triple OG in the game, still doing it, super huge though. He ain't lost not one step. He getting faster. He like LeBron James of the rap game. Lil Keke in the building. What's up, homie?
Well, that's a pleasure. Thank you for having me. What's good?
Man, it's our pleasure, man. When we get to interview people like you that have such history, rich history in the game, you've been bringing so much and always have been able to give it to them the right way when it comes down to this hip hop thing, man. We just appreciate what you bring to the table, for real.
Thank you. It's an honor, man. I always tell people, man, for just as much homage that y'all have for me and respect, I'm extremely grateful and appreciative to even for y'all to still honor me like that. So I got just as much respect for being here as y'all have for me bringing me on the show.
All right, man. I know I'm set tripping a little bit. I couldn't find my Astros hat, you know, but I got this Spurs hat on just cause. Try to rep for Texas a little bit. That's a big state, man. It's like a country within itself.
That's a big state. It's all good. Spurs, that's what's up.
All right, look, man, this is what we got to do when we get people like you that have done so much. We got to let everybody know, because some people are just catching up. You know, Google makes the world real small, which is great, but it doesn't always give the flowers that is deserved to people like you. So I want to go ahead and do something that what we call is the biggest intro ever, if that's cool with you, homie.
I'm with you. I'm on your show. Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's all about that star power.
Stay tuned because you know Reec is going to have one of your favorite stars with him today.
Stay tuned.
We got Lil Keke, Southside, captain of the Screwed Up Clique. Biggest intro ever right here, man. The OG of the famed Screwed Up Clique, spearheaded by the infamous DJ Screw. Lil Keke burst onto the music scene, and I mean for everybody to hear, with that hit in the late 90s, that anthem called Southside on that iconic Don't Mess With Texas album, man. Keke is an original member of the Screwed Up Clique, along with the late great DJ Screw, Fat Pat, solidified a sound that's since become worldwide and influenced multiple generations of hip hop. His song Chuck Up the Deuces with Paul Wall was the musical equivalent of breaking down the Berlin Wall as the North and the South Side of Houston teamed up on the track as the world got to listen in and be a part of history. His hard-hitting rhyme patterns and undeniable tone has become the legendary within the hip-hop walls, bar none in his home state of Texas. He locked in 25 consistent and successful years in the rap industry, which is something to brag about within itself. We could just stop the interview right there, but we're going to keep going. He's toured, sold millions, rock shows, concerts, but still finds ways to give back, especially within his hometown. And man has earned recognition from President Barack Obama and received the National Humanitarian Award from the 44th president, man. Without further ado, Lil Keke, Southside is on the Reec Show.
Man, I had to clap for that. That was
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, y'all clap.
That's me.
Well, y'all clap. I'm doing my job, man.
But like, I appreciate it. That's great, man. Well, I got that. That's a big salute. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. So this is an interview, like I told when I sat down with Jadakiss and Fabulous. I'm gonna be all over the place because you got so much history. But I kind of want to start from the beginning because you got fans, you got people that have been tapped in for a long time, and you got new people that need to understand who you are, man. So if you don't mind, we're gonna walk down memory lane a little bit.
That's all good.
So Keke, when you coming up, Houston, Southside, man, what was the musical influence that made you kind of fall in love with hip hop?
Well, I'm an OG, so my biggest thing when I was coming up, I was into the East Coast music. What I mean by that was Run DMC, Fat Boys, LL Cool J, Eric B, Rakim. That was really important. Those years was important because those were the years I used to try to learn how to remember all those verses. And Peter Piper picked up and run,
right.
You know, a pen and a paper, a stereo with tape. We all this was made.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then my influences kind of turned to the West Coast as I started going Ice Cube and Eazy and getting a little bit more acquainted with the profanity of the game. Now, we say down here, that's when the cussing rap came.
The cussing rap,
You had to hide this, so that kind of groomed me and molded me. What's so crazy about that? I had it in me from that side. I knew I could become, you know, I knew I wanted to become some type of entertainer, but I didn't go straight into that side. We came in freestyling, and our freestyles is much different down here in Texas because we don't write them. You know what I'm saying? Like we really do them off the top of the head. They really organic, and it's very big down here.
Yeah.
So when I first got kind of introduced to the game and started going to Screw and hooked up with Screw, we came in from a freestyling standpoint. So it wasn't even about the remembering the raps and everything that I had trained myself to do. So going into the freestyle and then switching back to get ready to do Don't Mess with Texas, it all worked together from when I used to remember a lot of raps and I used to freestyle. I kind of combined that and started my career.
Man, look, when y'all was busting them freestyles and putting out all those Screw tapes, it was seeping everywhere. So like I was back and forth from Jersey to North Carolina to Georgia. Those tapes was seeping into us, so somebody might visit Texas and then they'll pull up and they'll visit Texas and then come back with a Screw tape. You know what I mean? And that's the first time I think I heard like you, I heard Zero, I heard Fat Pat, I heard a bunch of you guys, and I was like, man, this is incredible. Y'all were just like, it was like y'all was just having a love of the game.
Well, we was having a good time. I tell people, one of our gifts and curses was I never did a talent show or had a demo tape. And we came straight from Screw tapes to pretty much getting it on. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much traveling and started doing shows. So sometimes, man, you know, that hurt us sometimes because we did it with such of a passion for what we were doing. We didn't even really know we was getting involved and finna get ready to really take it that serious. Because at first it was just about the camaraderie of hanging with our partner, and he was a DJ and doing mixtapes and just rapping. Man, the first couple of Screw tapes I done, it wasn't even about if anybody else was gonna hear him. I just wanted my neighborhood to hear it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was about. So to come from that transition into it really becoming a success story was unbelievable.
Man, right now, if you just tuned in on the radio side, Reec Radio, shout out all our affiliates, the game, my brother Potty Ali, we in Michigan, Indiana on the FM side, of course, Miami too, they tapping in. We got Lil Keke, the legend. I see it on the shirt. We're going to talk about that in a second.
Yes,
it's definitely, I definitely like when people that can actually really claim that to use the term, you know what I'm saying? You really can. Yeah, you don't put that work in, man. I want to talk a little bit about early on too, because you just mentioned a few things, but like, can you remember the first song that you like memorized? You mentioned Run DMC and stuff like that. What was the first hip hop song?
Be honest. The first songs I really remember, Bet all what he saw 2 OG right here, but really the first songs that I really remember were songs like Computer Love. And the Isley Brothers and Luther and all that, because that's what we used to hear. Man, I tell people, man, it's amazing how you can sing these Frankie Beverly and Maze songs. You weren't even born in this time, man. Man, I don't care what age you are, you can sing these Isley Brothers and Zap and all that. Those were really the first songs of me packing around the radio at 12 or 13 to remember. Then I transferred over to rap and started trying to remember Run DMC and My Adidas and all that. But the first couple of songs, man, I'm still an R&B cat. I'm still in the car singing. You know, I don't want nobody singing in the car but me. I'm still like this. I'm still an R&B guy. So I kind of grew up in that era first. New Edition and Bobby Brown. These were the first songs that we were. I tell people all the time, man, I was born in the love era.
That's right.
And then we switched over to hip hop and became gangster, man. But before that, man, I knew way more R&B songs, you know, from a singing standpoint before I knew any rap songs.
Hey, listen, man, I'm going to tell you, we hear that soul in your voice. Like, it's certain things that come through when you came up on that type of music or had that type of influence, you're going to have some of those intricacies in the way you put your songs together, man.
Some of my first albums and some of my first hooks that I done was really based on a lot of remakes to a lot of old songs. We was bringing all those, Tell Me Something Good, all this shit, we was doing that. So I got a lot of soul in me, man, for real.
Yeah, we can hear it, man. We appreciate you for it. And respectfully, I want to say this because you mentioned Run DMC. You, Screw, and Pat felt like the Texas Run DMC to me on the outside looking in.
That's what the original Screwed Up Clique was supposed to be. Like the DJ and the 2 rappers, that was a mindset. And then the Screwed Up Clique just grew as far as people started coming because the Screwed Up Click wasn't always just based upon a collection of rappers. It was based on, man, Screw had partners and homies, and Screw House was a place that people came, and it's a lot of people that claim the Screwed Up Click that they wasn't even rappers. They just were people that was around the situation
Yeah.
and around it. But the two rappers from the Run DMC standpoint was me, Pat, and Screw. We were the top three, and then really took the brand off and took the tapes off, and then everything else started falling in line. Big Mo became used, Pokey became used, House became used, DEA, Botany Boys, Lil Flip came along,
Yeah.
and then Zero. People started to come along, but in the beginning, who laid the meat and who laid the foundation of really jumping that freestyle game off was me, Pat, and Screw.
Yeah, and as you saw that progress and more people jumping into it, man. And first, let me hit this hype bell. You had like 5 hype bell moments, but I ain't want to like interrupt what you were saying. But like being an originator of something that has influenced, like I said, the culture. Like even now, you might hear a Future song, and in the middle of it, something gets slowed down, or something on Drake. He be like, "Man, that came from DJ Screw and the Screwed Up Click and what you guys were doing." And I hate sometimes that it gets, equivocated with the lean and all that. But y'all was just making music, and then they slowed it down.
Well, people didn't understand, man. They relate that to lean, but it had nothing to do with it, man. The main thing to let them know that it had nothing to do with it was we didn't record the tape slow. That's what people think. People are hearing the song slow and all this, and they think we actually drinking and smoking it. No, no, no. We recorded it fast. The beats were just like the beats are no different than turning on an instrumental right now and letting it play. It was the same thing. Then Screw came back and slowed it down and did all that. And what people don't know sometimes, man, hey man, the take you might have heard or the freestyle you might have heard, man, I might have done 7 more before that was the actual one that I actually kept. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to be going so hard, so long, and starting over so much. Screw will just end up, nah, man, that's it. We can't start. That was a good one. You know, we'll have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people think, man, hey, man, it was just a time of smoking and drinking, no different than it's being related to turning up right now. So just was different drugs, but they wasn't related to the music, man. You know, we didn't have to drink some syrup or smoke something to get in a vibe. We came with the vibe. That was just extracurricular activity that was going on with it, man. That had nothing to do with the music.
I could tell by the content of it, the amount of music that y'all was putting out. I mean, it just seemed like it's no way it was an outside influence other than what y'all already were. It was a clique of dudes that was just hungry and ready to get it, and then started making some money on this music thing.
Yeah, exactly what it was. And then, man, you know, it was a time, man, where what helped us and how we became who we became and what built the brand, because it was a time where we didn't really know what was going on outside the box. You know, everything about us was inside the box. We loved everything in the box, everything that we did, and it was a point of time, man, where we didn't love nothing but what we did. And what I mean by us is that circle of the Southside and what was going on that side of town
Yeah.
in the schoolhouse. We wasn't even really, man, it was a time I didn't even listen to the radio. Every song, see, artists like Sibo, different artists like that, I found out about them through Screw tapes. I never heard them on the radio or nothing like that. I was able
Right.
to tap in with them from a Screw tapes because it was a time we didn't listen to any radio.
Yeah. Yeah, I could believe that. Within Texas, man, you can go platinum in Texas. Like, you don't even have to leave outside the state. I want you to kind of break that down a little bit, because in Jersey, we had like DJ Clue. I don't want to leave anybody out, but that's how we found out about like Fabulous, how we found out about like people like that, right? Because of these freestyles that were going crazy. But in y'all's clip, you talking about the legend of Screw himself. You didn't need the radio to find out who was hot, who was hard, who was going to put out some hits and whatnot, man. Can you kind of walk us through what that's like during that time when these tapes was popping?
Well, the thing about it, it relates to two things, man. I'm glad you brought that up, because my first single of my album for Legend was called We From Texas. And people was thinking that it was about me putting me, Slim Thug, and Zero and Sauce Walker. That wasn't really the point. The point was, it was a point of time where being from Texas and being an artist from Texas, we were revered and held up so high and rewarded by our fans, man. The state really needs to stand up. We
Yeah.
still do that from Georgia. We still do that from Florida. And which I love all those artists. We still do it for those artists coming out. But I kind of felt like we had lost our way in praising our own. So when I did Reec Texas, man, my pitch was, hey man, Beaumont, Port Arthur, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, all the way to Malone, you with Tyler, every small city, stand up, man. Let's get back excited again because these are the things that used to help us do 50,000 the first week, 100,000 independent tapes, 200,000. Hey man, listen, man, I was doing hundreds and 200s and 300,000 right in my state without even leaving. I still do these kind of big numbers, still make a killing and millions of dollars out of the state, and I wanted to reward them by saying, hey, man, I've been repping Don't Mess with Texas from the beginning, and I'm still doing that right now today.
Right.
And man, listen, the video hit 1 million 6-7 days, man. You
know I gotta hit the hype bell.
They felt so good about, man, that in the first drop that I said, man, tag your city. Man, you can go back to that post, man. Every small city in Texas, every little corner store, every person that sell exotic pop, they stood up, man. They felt so happy about an ambassador calling them back out to stand up. So to relate that back to, that's how we was doing that, because the screw tape era and that particular era had such a strong hold. Man, it still does, man.
Really though.
Getting this money and living like this. This is 30 years later, man. Some of my first screw tapes was in 93, man, 94. The Pimp the Pen came out in 96. Don't Mess with Texas, 97. This is 25 years later, and these people are still reacting and doing like this, man. My fans got their kids buying it. They kids buying it. It's that many generations done passed, man. Because I tell people all the time, we from a buying fan base. Where they actually used to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Where it used to, these people are still here, man. These people that's on my album today, they grew up with me.
Yeah.
They family on me, they kids buying the album. Man, it's a crazy Texas. It's a crazy music section.
It definitely is. I would say this, and no disrespect to her talent, because she's one of the most talented ladies ever. But Beyonce, I feel like she is probably the queen of everything because of Texas is behind her too. Like, you got that type of that type of background and backing in your home state, and then you hit worldwide. I definitely understand what you're saying right now.
Man, Texas is where, if you're an independent artist, man, and you can make it here, it's going to give you an opportunity. Man, Texas is tricky. You may never blow up as big as you think that you want to be across the world, but Texas will give you an opportunity to make a living that's unbelievable, man. We stay in a $500,000, $1 million house. We got great cars. Our kids go to great schools. We live, we stars. When you walk around here, man, being a star here is next level. That also hurts us, because being a star here,
talk to me.
Major shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, talk to me about that.
You can get wrapped up in being a star here and never even really pay attention. Hey man, if you grew up as a kid and somebody told you, man, listen, man, I'm gonna give you $1 million house, 3, 4, 5 cars, and you're gonna get to travel, do the world, and live great, and not do no type of hard labor, man, you're gonna take that, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Texas provides if you're great. Now, you know, as I get older, man, you know what I'm saying, I always look back and say, hey, man, I want to do this or do that. Now, when I try to sign younger artists or do something, I don't try to give them my exact blueprint. Man, I tell them to go get the world. Go get the world. The game has changed. And Texas, we became who we are because of when the game was cassettes and CDs and it really was hand by hand, we really controlled it and stormed it.
Yeah.
It's different now, man. I tell any young artists, man, go get everything that you can. And if you got Texas behind you in the same process, then you're going to really win. But I try to open up the doors because the way we got what we got out of this city, it's a little different than what's going on now.
Absolutely, man. Right now, we with Lil Keke. We chopping it up about his history, and he's giving some free game and insight. So I hope y'all listening. When you see artists like Yella Beezy and Travis Scott that's coming from Texas, and they doing exactly what you say, they taking the world by storm, but they still are repping Texas to an extent. You know what I'm saying? The best they can. How do you feel when you see that? Like, what is that outlook for you?
See, even I'm a person like this when you come from Texas. any person from that can create a lane for themselves and find a way to make a living off of their livelihood and with it, I respect it. From Yellow Beezy to Travis Scott. So I don't care what kind of level you're on with it or how big or how. I just start with the respect factor of this a very hard and a very difficult game, whether people think it is or not. It's very difficult and it ain't for everybody. So when I
True.
see anybody be successful from it or have a success story from it, I'm extremely happy for them because I know what it takes to have success in this consistency. Every
Yeah.
year will not be the same. Every year will not be up. It's up and down. It's all about how much you believe in it and you willing to keep going, man. It's people who have great talent, but they don't have the ambition and the drive to keep going.
Talk to him.
And this game can be ineffective if you don't have that.
Absolutely, man. But you got guys like yourself, like Jay Prince, like Scarface, still doing it, still entrenched in the hip hop scene, the rap scene, whatever you want to call it, and still making waves like that, man. To still see those guys doing it. Thug, Flip. I just saw an interview with Flip talking about, man, listen, I'm still rocking shows. I'm still getting paid, just like the stuff you saying, man.
Yes.
And
yes.
then
Me and Flip, we do a lot of work. We work together. He do a lot of shows.
Yeah.
Me, Slim, Flip, Zero, Paul, Wow. Man, we just still, man. I done had 2-3 shows this week, man. I got 2-3 shows this weekend. Hey, man, just nobody. We book, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's we book to death. I'm telling you, like all the time, and that's one of my biggest things. I'm a great performer. I put on great shows.
Definitely.
And I'm into shows, man. I love doing them. And I've slowed down a little bit because when the pandemic came, man, it kind of. It took some pressure off how much we used to hustle the shows. Man, when it's rolling, man, we knocking everything down. You know what I'm saying? But now it gives me an opportunity to kind of, in between them, spread them out a little bit because when it got took away from us, we had to figure out how to live without it. And I'm gonna survive. I'm great. You know what I'm saying? But now I don't hustle the shows as much as I do, man. I try to get the most out of my performances that I can.
That's dope, man. Let's talk about that when the pandemic hit. What was a few things other than the shows? What was a few things how you switched up and changed a little bit and maneuvered through it?
I didn't do nothing, man. I picked my feet up. I didn't do shit.
You been stacking. You was good.
Hey, man, let me tell you something, man. This is no cap, man. This is not to be saying this in a capping way because people know I don't do that a lot.
Right.
Hey, man, listen. I balled just as hard in the pandemic, man. I bought cars, did what I did, man. Sat right in front of the screen, talk shit, man. Because when you take care of your business gonna take care of you.
Say it again, man. That's our quote for the day.
When you take care of your business gonna take care of you. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really I missed the shows because what we get to do with that show money,
yeah, that's different.
Because we really into them cars and all that dying.
Yeah.
So that's what them shows is for, man. Them cars and having fun, man. I don't live off that, man. The game has blessed me to be able to live off of other things and based on who I am. So when the pandemic came, man, God blessed me to be able to help. I didn't skip a beat. I didn't have to go get none of these loans and all that. And I'm not talking bad to people.
No, I know what you mean. You just saying your life. Yeah, that's your real life.
I commend. Hey, man, listen. I wish they would have sent me one. Where it's at? Can I get one too? I just end up not being able to get it. But I ain't no different than I wanted it. I just didn't understand how people, a lot of people wasn't able to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Get it and move along. Such thing. Well, that's cool, man. I don't judge people, man. I burnt up money, ran through money, got it back. If you're a hustler, you're gonna get it back. But in the pandemic, I didn't really do no sweating. Now, what I did do was got more in tune with my social media and what you have to. What it did make good for me that it always done. I love radio and love going and love, but me as an OG, I didn't have to have a lot of mind frame in what's gonna happen with radio. Man, now when I have DJ parties, man, I just had a DJ party the other day. My stressing to them was, hey man, I extremely blessed if y'all play my record and put it in. If you don't, I'm not mad at you about it, man. It's not even about that no more. Man, I got millions of listeners every month, man. they gonna tap in regardless. If somebody want to hear Lil Keke, they pick up the telephone. They don't
Yeah.
always get in the car. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was in the pandemic, I learned how to survive and maneuver and take control of my platform and my listeners that's right there in my hand. And I
Yeah.
just started becoming great and better with that.
Man, I appreciate you sharing that game with the audience right there. We got a little Keke. He just kind of spitting some of that knowledge, man. What was it like to work with? All right, let's go back to a one point in period of time because you kind of touched on it a little bit. At one point in period, Texas was introduced to the rest of the world. We started getting introduced to the phrases, the candy, the swinging, you know what I'm saying, tipping, all of that. So when Texas was introduced to the world, you were in the midst of that. Did you realize that was happening? Like when we got introduced to UGK, Bun B, everybody, like we got introduced to almost everybody that was popping out there at one time. Did you realize that was happening?
Yeah, I realized it. You know what I'm saying? We saw it. It's like I say, man. It's easy for us to recognize when it's happening because we are a state that's so close knit together as far as running around. You
Yeah.
don't see you in Austin, Dallas, so anytime anybody from here or around here start branching out a little bit past the Texas, we're gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna know, and it's just like, hey man, Travis Scott is a big artist from Houston with a lot of great recognition in his era of how he came to us. But the type of legend that I am and what he is different. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just it's what I do, what he do for the culture and what I do for the culture. Even though we rep the same culture and we love the same thing, it's two different things that I do for it and he do for it.
Oh, absolutely, man.
You know what
You
I'm saying?
got
So
roots. It's a different type of
when we
root.
start seeing other artists and different people having they come up, you know, hey man, I love it. I love Travis. We do Astroworld every year, everything. And I
Yeah,
always just say the way they represent it and what they bring to the culture, you know what I'm saying? They moving the culture forward. I
yeah,
built the culture.
yeah. It's a base. That base is crazy, man. Y'all
Yeah,
have
you know,
such
I
a
built I
solid
built
base.
the
Yeah,
Hey man, it's so many things that I've done and so many things that I've said and so many different, things that I brought to the table that still resonate to today. People
yeah.
always think like, Key, you mad? Oh man, I ain't mad at nothing, man. Like I haven't missed no homage I'm supposed to get, and sometimes a lot of that tie into your relevance. This is what I would say. Would I want to make everybody stop saying all that and just leave it all to me, or would I want people to just be saying what I'm saying and doing what I'm doing and then keep me relevant? I'll pick the relevance. You know what I'm saying? Me
Yeah.
having the whole ownership of the culture and nobody saying it and it's just all mine, that don't mean nothing to me.
Nah, but you could legit say you was right there on that forefront though. But
Oh
I
yeah,
get
for
exactly
sure.
what you're saying. I get exactly what you mean when
For
you
sure.
say that. Man, when you had that era when Mike Jones came out, Paul Wall, Chameleon, Flip, yourself, Zero, all these folks, UGK. I know I'm missing people that just blame it on the head, not the heart. All at one time, y'all kind of exploded. Now y'all had been making moves, been selling hundreds of thousands of records. But y'all kind of exploded on that national front. How did that make you feel as one of the people that kind of built that base and that stage?
Well, people think based in the two parts of that, man, it was great to see that. And a lot of people think we can't return to that, or that was just a run that's over. Man, what people don't know, man, is man, we're so in tune with our own whatever.
Yeah,
It's what you may be thinking happening is far from happening, man.
I believe
Like
that.
these people from them runs of 10 and 15 years ago, 12, whatever it is, from 2007, 13, 14 years ago, man, these people still rich, man.
Bro, I'm checking the Forbes list. I see Chameleon and Thug up there daily. So
Yeah.
I know what you talk. I know exactly what you talk about. You know what's so crazy? Because at the time, I'm in Atlanta at the time when Flip and Tip had that little situation, right?
Yeah.
Misunderstanding, whatever you want to call it. Everybody grown up and moved past it now. But at that time, people in it, just in the city, might have thought, okay, oh man, Tip ended Flip. Flip going home and still making millions.
Man, Flip still living like a king right now, man. He ain't wanting for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I understand.
it's just it don't this shit different. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
Texas different, bro.
It's different, man. You know, man. Like we don't even like. Man, we don't even really have to leave here, man. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
leave here for vacations. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like to travel, man. Like when on my album, when I go to Atlanta, man, it's much respect and homage, man. I go down there, mess with Drummer Boy, Crit, Block. Man, I just talk to Block. Every time I come, they on my road. Man, you need to stay here 2, 3 days. Man, we just ain't nothing like Houston. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
know, I know what you
it's
mean.
not. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing is man, it's a slippery slope because sometimes I feel like we we left some we leave we sometimes as a state I feel like we
Yeah,
leave things on the table.
I
But that's
understand that.
why I try to preach to the young cats, go get it all because the way what we do, that might not be for y'all. But at the same
Yeah.
time, we leave a lot on the table. But at the same time, I just don't feel like we miss nothing we supposed to got. I don't.
I I got you, man. I want to commend you guys on something too, because I don't see an abundance of artists in states other than Texas that give back so much. Like I said, man, you won an award from President Obama for what you do. You see Trader Truth on the forefront with a lot of stuff. You hear about what Thug is doing for the community. You see what Chameleon are doing in the tech world, but giving back to the kids at the same time, man. Talk about that. Is this something that y'all see from the OGs and the vets, and then everybody falls in line, or it's just built into y'all?
And really, man, for me, speaking on for me,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's easy for me to give back to something that I came from. See, I played Little League football where we had to share shoulder pads, share helmets, riding on the back of the truck. 11, 12 boys on one team, man.
Uh-huh.
We ain't even got the same pants on, you know what I'm saying? So when I came in and started buying jerseys, pants, and shoulder pads and coaching and winning Super Bowls, and man, man, this was
Full
passion,
circle.
man. I do
Yeah.
it for free. I ain't got no idea an award coming. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I could care less. I'm not making no money. I'm just so competitive from a standpoint of Little League because football is everything in Texas already.
Yeah.
Then we played it, and I just remember what we went through as kids trying to play football. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have this, we didn't have that. So
Yeah.
when
You recreating
my
that.
first football team that I had, the first thing that I done made all the older men mad at me. I was young, I didn't know no better. They had been doing this 20, 30 years, building up their organizations and having
Uh-huh.
fundraisers and drives to get they man, I came straight in and bought all new helmets, shoulder pads, all this here, and let all the kids play for free.
That's what I yeah, you made a lot of people mad, but you made a
Man, them
lot of
people
kids
went
happy though.
crazy.
Yeah.
Man, they wanted to kill me. I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking
Yeah.
I'm doing something great, but bro, I had 2, 3. I had all the kids. All of them wanted
Yeah.
to come play. They all wanted to come play for me anyway, and then it
Right.
was for free. I had everybody.
Of course, man. You got moms, dads, grandmas, granddaddies, aunties, uncles working 2, 3 jobs, putting that, some change together, make sure them kids can stay off the street, and then you come in and bless that many kids.
Man, I
I
come in
understand
and
what you're
bless the
saying, but that's a
game.
blessing, bro.
Man, I'm talking about I was so crazy, man. The kids left with all my equipment. I ain't get that equipment back. Man, man, it was hell, man. But I was young and man, I
Yeah.
only charged it to one thing. I was giving back and I had fun.
Yeah.
Because it was something I coach. I coach my kids. Man, my kids play for my organization. I won Super Bowls. We got trophies. We big in Little League football. You know
I
what I'm saying?
think
I
you
really
would.
just put it down probably about uh 5, 6 years, 7 years at the most, you know what I'm saying? Because I had to, once my youngest son made it to middle school and started getting into his career, I kind of left it alone because I had to be hands-on with him. But
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
that's my
You did.
favorite give back right there. Because listen, it's easy to donate to cancer and leukemia and this. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what people. This is something, man. I just do out of my heart, man, and I ain't looking
Yeah.
for nothing. I ain't really looking for the accolades or no money out of it, man. If I had to add up the money, this is about a kid getting ready to play at 6 o'clock in the evening, and he telling you, "Hey, man, I didn't get to eat at school today,
Yeah.
or it might not be nothing to eat at, or coach, I ain't." Or this parent saying, "I got 5 kids, man, and I ain't got enough money for nothing but one." It's about that, bro.
Yeah. Nah, man, we appreciate that, man. On behalf of the whole universe, let me hit this hype bell for that, because you took a load off of so many parents, but you gave a lot of kids hope, man. Some kids that wouldn't have been able to get out there. So thank you for that. I think you, Snoop, and Luke probably the biggest when it comes down to it with that little league football, man. So we appreciate it. Let's jump back into the music, man. This new album, and you got a documentary that just dropped, Legend. You know, let's talk about that. What made you want to start putting together the documentary, and then let's get into the album.
I really got a great documentary that's coming. That's gonna be full-fledged about my career. This is more of just a making of the album. What I did with this album, man, when you get this far in your career, man, sometimes this can either be the start of something new, or this can be let me turn this off right quick. This can be the start of something new, or this can be it. I do catalog music. God has blessed me. I have 50, 60 albums under my catalog. They all mine. And I had got into a situation where I had just started making catalog music, making sure I add to the cause every year. Let me do an album.
Yeah.
You know what? With this Legend, with me not knowing what it's going to be or when it's going to be, I'm just going to put a great effort on in everything I do. I'm going to record it, film it. I'm going to take it more serious. I'm going to try to up the sound, man. I'm going to mix it better. I'm going to master. I just want to put a great effort into making the album. And to be honest, man, it all came back that way. I can see the effort. Man, it's good when you can work, man, and you're not really worried about the results or what the money going to be or none of that. You just work. And
you're doing it off the love.
Since I did that, so man, the album is great. I feel good. I had the same feel as Don't Mess with Texas about it because of the effort that I put in. Okay, let me tell the fans. I know y'all ain't gonna never let me get an album bigger than Don't Mess with Texas. That ain't what I'm saying. I'm just saying that from a working standpoint and a feel great. Because I did Don't Mess with Texas without worrying about money. It was just I want rap.
Love.
And this was the second time in my career where I ain't hurting for no money. I ain't doing no trip about that. I just want to work. I just want to put great product to see that, hey, man, these OGs, man, I'm still relevant from vinyl to cassette to CD to streaming all the way to right now. You know what I'm saying? All the way to an NFT. I'm going to be around here. And I want to make sure that my older fans, they knew that, hey, man, he's still doing this the right way. This ain't no slap together. And for the younger new fans, for them to see, hey, man, this is an OG nigga, but he understands the game of concepts and hooks and really reaching out to put a great album together. So, man, it's going crazy right now.
Let me hit the hype bell. You said like 10 more things hype bell worthy, but I ain't want to stop you, bro. Like you said something that you said you went through vinyl, cassette, CD to now streaming. Man, to make it through all of those eras of music, still be relevant and still make jamming slaps, we got to hit the hype bell for you, man. Appreciate you. And thank you for letting us be a part of that with the documentary. I mean, I saw you getting your hair cut, you talking about this, you doing a photo shoot, you kind of bringing people behind the scenes of what it is to really take the artistry serious.
Oh, yeah. And, man, you know, they be on me. Sometimes when you, that's one of the gifts and the curse. Sometimes when you bless, man, and you'll get complacent on going the extra mile. Man, I used to sometimes just shoot one video, man, because that's all I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't going to change the money. You know
like, got you.
If I don't shoot this video, it's not going to stop it from happening. You know what I'm saying?
You just doing it for the fans.
Get out of that mind frame. I need to shoot this video because I need this content. I need people to stay in tune with what's going on and me keeping up with. So you always have to be willing to critique your own self and, you know, criticize your own self without having, you know, no ill will. And letting other people have constructive criticism too. My team, they stayed on the video, talk, get on the so I was like, let me get it on.
And that's hard. Being an artist 25 years in the game, you could easily take the approach like, nah, bro, I'm going to do it my way. But to be able to still be open-minded and give more to your fans, man, thank you. We appreciate that from a listener consumer standpoint. Yeah, man, let's get into this. Before we debut this song, I definitely got to hear this Texas. I need the world to hear this Texas, right? You know what I'm saying? Because you got some legendary features on there, too. But let's get into what we call the Fast Four. So I'm going to ask you 4 questions. Just give me the first thing that come to mind. It could be a sentence, a paragraph, or one word, all right?
All right.
All right, cool, man. Favorite place to perform?
Texas.
Easy. All right, if you could go back and tell the original Screwed Up Click anything right now, you can go back in the time machine and just sit down at Screw House and say anything to them. What would it be?
Let's take this more serious.
That's it.
Take
That's
this more
real.
early. We way ahead of our time. Let's take this more serious.
Perfect answer, man. If you could have dinner with 5 people, like you in the room, you got 5 other people in there, y'all sitting down, y'all can have conversations, you could do music, you could do whatever. 5 people, who would those 5 be?
I would say Jerry Jones. I'm a big football. I would want to see how it feels to be one of the wealthiest owners and the decision maker. He do the GMing and he the owner. I'm not saying from a winning standpoint. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a Texas fan, but
I got
I'm
you.
just saying an owner because I'm a big sport fan. So I would want to sit down with an owner. Probably, I probably want to sit down with Tyler Perry. You know, Michelle Obama.
Okay. This is a powerful room so far, man. I'm liking this room.
Hold. Because I want that side of the game from I could have picked 4 or 5 people in the rap. You know what I'm saying? But Hov, Tyler Perry, Michelle Obama, Jerry Jones, and I would say this. I might get in trouble for this here because I'm not naming mine, but I put all 3 of these as one. My pastor, TD Jakes, and Rap West.
Okay.
I like all 3 of those. So I would want the spiritual part in my room. But I got to have all 3 of them because if I pick this TD Jakes, then my pastor
he going to get mad at you. Hey, man, we going to let you slide.
So I get it from him all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I will, let me tell you who else I'm going to put in there. My big brother, if I could just give one more. Because he means everything to me. He's my main mentor, and I don't even know how I forgot him. If it's not Jerry Jones, it'll be Deion Sanders.
Got you, man. That's real right there, man.
That's my brother. You know, see, I didn't put him in because I can get him on the phone.
He at the house anyway.
5 minutes. So, but for real, Jerry Jones, man, I like the mindset. I love the NFL. I would love to see it, not just from my owner because he got billions, because he's really in tap with the winning, the losing, and the geographic of the team and putting it together and being a GM. He's really in it. Michelle Obama, because she's the head of, she gonna give me all the Barack Obama game. You know what I'm saying? She and just to be honest, a strong woman like that, that's the boss over there, Michelle. So I want to talk to Michelle. Barack, he not already gave me awards. Michelle gonna tell me enough about him. Tyler Perry, because I think that what he brings to the table, his journey, his spirit, and how he became. Man, I just want to talk to Tyler Perry, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all the way from the bottom to the top. It's not a better story of bottom to the top. And then when you get to people like I said, like Deion Sanders, man, from a father standpoint, from a spiritual standpoint, he can step in it. And my pastor, man, I never leave out the spiritual because I'm a very spiritual person. So I never leave that part out of. Man, I'll come out of that room as great as I need to, as far as. And then let me tell you something. Myself, and I'm gonna add some other people that's gonna bring the regular plane effect. I may put in something like a barber or the person that works at my cleaners or a homeless person, because I don't believe that just because you got money and everything that you know everything. I like people from all walks of life. See, I'm going a little hard right now because I got a book coming out, and this kind of based on what my book is about, legend talk. It don't matter about where you from, what you got going on, what walks of life. Everybody gets an opportunity to speak about what makes them tick day to day in this book. So that's why I pick a normal person too.
I appreciate you spreading that word through the book too. When that drop, you got to come back, man. We can talk about it.
Got you. I got you.
Absolutely, man. All right, I got to ask 2 extra questions now because you just threw me off when you said Jay-Z. What was it like in Texas when Big Pimpin' came out with Jay and UGK on the same track?
Man, let me tell you something. I will say this. It was more bigger for us for UGK because we knew more. I knew probably more about them than I actually knew about Jay at the time.
Right, that's what I'm asking.
I love stories like that because we don't know that Jay finna turn into this Jay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was more about Pimp C them being on an East Coast record or a big record than it was about Jay-Z at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now it's, man, Jay-Z came and got the legendary UGK on this big song. That's a narrative now. But at the time, it was more about UGK than it was about Jay.
Shout out to Port Arthur, man.
Yes,
let's talk about, and Dion, I know that's a friend of yours. You well entrenched in football. What was it like seeing his success this year coaching at Jackson?
Beautiful. I feel special. I knew before he went that he was going to take that job. We talked about it.
Wow.
And, man, I love him, man, so much, man, because he genuinely accepted me in his life. He came and accepted me in his life and be based on what he seen me being genuine, how I was with my family, my kids, and the things I talked about. He didn't tap in on no Lil Keke, screwed up, click, none of that. I love your music and everything too, but the person that you became on your platform and what you do, this is how I love. So to see him successful in something, man, listen, he just a winner, man. You know, and it wasn't too much that he was going to do that he wasn't going to get great results on, man. Big salute to my big bro.
Big ups to Prime. Hey, man, there it is. That's Lil Keke. We appreciate you chopping it up with us, man. I need you to introduce this song, though. We're going to let this thing rock out. Make sure that y'all pick up that legend. Make sure you stream them videos. And when that book drop, we definitely need a copy, man. We got to talk about that, too. February
the 11th, today, my 35, 45, 55, 65 album, whichever number it is, I don't know. It's in stores today, Legend. First single's called We From Texas, featuring Slim Thug, Sauce Walking Zero. It's a banger. It's over 1 million. Go run it up on YouTube. Shout out to my man Reec for having me. Shout out to Atlanta and everybody, man, for the support. We from Texas. Holla back. There it is. We about to play it right now on the Reec Radio platform, YouTube. Y'all gotta start letting us play this music, man. But we're gonna let it ride right now. We from Texas. Lil Keke.
Pay attention, Texas is here. Ain't no stunting, hunting money for the rest of the year.
Appreciate you, bro.
Done key, now the pressure is near. I like it glossy.